Don't think that'll go down well here.
What is it?
Hey, what up, Herm? How you doing, bro?
Something's up. We've stopped.
I haven't been here in forever.
You have your orders.
Just clicked the wrong place. Is this how the stream's starting with the already DCs? What? Oh, I can't even connect to the login server? What the hell? Anyone else go down? What the hell? There we go. We'll go to the right place this time. The correct location.
Now, what were they doing here?
That splash hurts. I do not have much hope of making it out of the campaign on this character, for what it's worth. This is one of those ideas that just might die. Especially with how I'm leveling it. I don't know if you should, like, you definitely shouldn't level as Mana Stacking Thorns, but I'm leveling as Mana Stacking Thorns, so. It would be a much safer journey if I was playing regular Thorns, but I'm leveling with Mana Stacking Thorns. The problem with leveling as Mana Stacking Thorns is I don't really have damage taken from mana before life. So, like, I have to basically, like, book it over here to either getting mental, perseverance or mind over matter. And that's a long trek. That is a long trek. But I think it's one of the only ways we're going to survive if actually out armor stacking. We'll see if it works. If we die, we die. I got dream fragments if I need. I do. I was buying them all yesterday, but I'm broke right now. I'm not going to be leveling a Dream Fragments. I don't think I can use it until my resistances are good. So I don't need it right this second. And I need a cultivated one, which is what really sucks. The cultivation is really nice on Dream Fragments. My concern is, if I can get to maps, I think I can make the character work. The problem is, I'm going to be super vulnerable until I have damage taken from Mana Before Life. Well, if you're going to cultivate it, make sure you hit it with Mana Catalyst, too. That's why I say I'm broke, because crafting them is expensive. You gotta slam them with a Mana Catalyst, and then you corrupt and cultivate. Yep, that's why I went broke. I went through like 200 divines yesterday trying to prepare this character. I still didn't get much of what I wanted. My auto bomber's made really good currency. My auto bomber's doing really well. It's up to like almost 19,000 energy shields. So I've been farming 200% delirium with it. So I've got a really good farm character. You can kill an arbiter and stuff. I was killing all the arbiters yesterday. So my auto bomber can like farm hard shit now. We got the podcast today. It's gonna be I'm a bit nervous about today's episode, if I'm gonna be honest. You know, it's not very often we invite controversial guests on our podcast, and today we are bringing on somebody who is pretty controversial in my opinion. Mr. Blazeworks TV, Tyrant Admin of the Timmy League. Everywhere that man goes, drama follows him. And, I'm completely trolling, by the way, if people don't understand. I'm completely trolling. This community is full of the biggest fucking pussies on the planet. Just absolute giga pussies. They're just the most sensitive little bitches on the planet. And the unemployed are just always itching for drama. It doesn't matter how dumb or small it is, they will latch on to anything. This community loves to fetishize drama. There's a lot of people who just like, all they want is the drama, and they fetishize it, and they're fucking weirdos. They are complete fucking weirdos. Hey, what up, Dirk? It's crazy to me that Blaze, like, there is an LSF thread. If you have not seen it, a LSF thread. It's a garbage ass subreddit called Livestream Fails that has just like one of the cringiest like communities ever, and they are trashing Blaze for kicking that shithead out of the league yesterday. Because they're clowns. They're clowns.
Shut your mouth, traitor!
Later, girl. Later, girl. Oh, I love thorns.
I should charge for this.
Yes.
Imagine having beef with Blaze because he clicked a fucking... Damn, I missed that? Oh my god. So yesterday, I was not watching Blaze's stream when it happened, but randomly while I was playing, someone posted in chat, Blazeworks TV is an abuse... Like, he posts some stupid message in chat. And then Blaze responds, you got banned from the league for yada yada yada. The guy went into... Let me find the screenshot of the messages he sent. Hold on. This is the chat messages of this fucking bozo. So the guy joins Blaze's chat. And his very first message in Blaze's Twitch chat is, PoE 2 today is easier than Diablo 4. So you already know this guy's a fucking moron who's just trying to, like, get drama started. Like, Blaze should have just banned the shit idiot from this point right here. Just, like it doesn't matter what you think about PoE 2, D4, PoE 1, any ARPG. If you are going into somebody's stream of their main game and shit-talking their main game, you are a fucking loser. And that was his first message. So from the jump, this guy's a fucking clown. Just from the jump. But then he goes on to eventually... He's attempting to rage bait Blaze the entire time. He's just like... failing the rage bait, failing the rage bait, failing the rage bait, failing the rage bait. And then he eventually says, your 99 death was a disgrace and 100% preventable. You can't really speak of skill when you stand and die. You go into the admin of a private league stream and you shit talk him. And you're upset you get banned from the league? Are you fucking stupid? And then if you actually go to the livestream fails Reddit, the guy posted that he got banned there and framed it in a way that makes him look like Blaze is some egotistical admin going on a power trip. And, like, the entire subreddit is, like, shit-talking Blaze. Because of this fucking clown. If you are like this person, go wash the clown makeup off your face. Take a break. Go outside. Why are people acting like this? There's actual drama because Blaze banned this person. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Just actual losers.
Let us fight to the last.
I have movement in the dark. Lots of movement.
Go read that Reddit thread if you want a good laugh, because it is ridiculous. And it's funny is it happened yesterday and, like, nobody batted an eye. Like, it was over in, like, 5 seconds. Like, the guy came, he got banned, and everyone moved on immediately. But then, like, hours later, an LSF thread blew up over it. Just so fucking, just... the unemployed, desperate for anything. Anything to distract their miserable lives. Alright, I'll stop being mean and ranty about it. It's just super cringe. Like, I see people, like, do this all the time. Like, you see people, like, Engormus and stuff hop into, like, Rabbit's chat and be like, I think PoE 1's better than PoE 2. Like, why do these people do this? Like, why do they feel the need to go into someone's main game and always be like, hey, this other game's better? It's just like, shut the fuck up. Who cares what you fucking think? You're in a PoE 2 stream. Fucking losers, man. Nobody cares what your favorite game is when the person who's playing it doesn't like that game. Like, you're just looking for drama. You're looking to start fights in the chat. Hey, what's up, Everseen? Dude, I am blown away by that Reddit thread. I cannot... Why are you going... And go read the comments, man. People are actually shitting on Blaze. It's crazy. I'm actually, like, upset about it. Obviously, it's a nothing burger in the grand scheme of things. Blaze is not going to be impacted by it at all. Nobody who, like, anyone who, like, no one on LSF is playing PoE 2, so they don't, like, know any of it. But it's just like, what the hell, man? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
something valuable behind those doors.
It's just silly. Hey, why are you playing this, by the way? I think Doki Doki Literature Club is better. I don't know. I'm bored. I'm stalling for 055. So, like, my two current hardcore characters in endgame, they're like, I don't want to say they're immortal, because I went and did, like, absurdly hard content. They would definitely die. But I've been, like, farming Arbiter and stuff. Like, I've been farming 20% Deli. I'm, like, they're really tanky. They're not immortal, but they're really tanky, and I'm kind of like... I would have to do, like, crazy Wisp tier content to be, like, risking a death right now. So I'm, like, kind of bored of playing them. It's weird. It's weird. And I just don't want to suicide them, so I'm just playing a new character because I'm bored. That's really it. That's really it. I prefer PoE 2. It's much more polished and updated, and like the UI is much cleaner. I mean, I don't want it to turn into like which game is better. I mean, I obviously prefer PoE 2. I don't want to turn it like I really don't want it to devolve into one of those PoE 1, PoE 2, D4 arguments, because at the end of the day, you like what you like. I don't want to go down that hole again. I like PoE 2 though. It's the game I play all the time. But regardless of what you think of like which game is better or not, if you're going into somebody's stream who is a PoE 2 main and saying any other game is better, like you're looking for a silly fight, right? Like I would never go into a D4 streamer's chat and be like, dude, you're stupid for playing this, come play PoE 2. Like that's crazy. That's freaking crazy to do. It's a good idea. I get that way as well when you start playing Careless and die. Yeah, there was a few times yesterday where like I got like very brain off almost, where I was just like on autopilot in 200% Deli, and it's like, oh, okay. We're playing. I don't know if too safe is the right word, or it's just I don't know. One of my characters has 19,000 energy shield, and the other one has so much deflection that with on top of ES that he's even tankier than the 19k ES character. So it just feels like I would have to be doing what Ostrix did when he died, which was Ostrix was trying to die when he died. You're disgraced with the death. Yeah, all my deaths are disgraced though. That's fair. I mean, that's not a bad, you know. I agree with that for sure. My deaths are all disgraces. Oh. People, and the funny thing is in that Reddit thread, people are quoting that guy and being like, this isn't that bad. Why is this guy overreacting to this comment? Like, are you kidding? One of the comments in the thread was like, it's like going into somebody's house, like into their party and like shit-talking them to their face and not expecting to get kicked out. It's like, goobers, man, just silly goobers. Silly goobers. Exactly, yeah. Blaze made a good post in the Discord today talking about like the reasons behind the ban. It's the entire, like, look how many people, myself included in this, that have gotten into hardcore because of this community and the vibe. It is very specifically the vibe around this THC community that has enabled myself, Kadachi in chat, like so many others to like start playing hardcore and enjoying the hell out of it. And I think that community aspect is very much worth preserving, because future leagues we're going to be using this as a way to get even more people into hardcore. And yeah, we never want anyone, like, obviously the memes are memes. If you know the person and you're being silly about it, you can tease about a death every once in a while, but that guy was literally only saying that to make plays tilted. Bad vibes. Bad vibes. Baffled by the decision to boot Blaze? To boot Blaze? Blaze didn't get kicked. Did he? There's no way Timmy kicked Blaze. Isn't Blaze playing right now? Maybe not. He did, unfortunately? What? That sounds like Timmy making a knee-jerk reaction. That's I'm guessing Timmy woke up to like someone linking him the Reddit thread and not like, because that doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, that's odd. I want to hear what Timmy. I don't want this to turn into like a, you know, attacks against Timmy right now. Let's wait and see what Timmy's response is, but that is definitely an L. I don't, that's yeah. I think the entire community was, like, nobody that was playing in the Timmy League disagreed with Blaze's decision. And if Timmy's basing this off of the feedback on LSF, hundreds of nerds who aren't playing the game, like, none of those people in that Reddit thread are playing in this Timmy League. Not one of them. I'll wait to see how Timmy responds. I'm actually shocked that Blaze got kicked. I didn't even think that would have been a thing that could happen. Interesting. Exactly, it's not just confusing, yeah, because I can, like, listen, as somebody who's been caught up in a controversy, when you're in the middle of a shitstorm, it is intense and scary. And who knows if Timmy has ever even, like, Timmy's a very small content creator. Like, he's probably never even, like, experienced even 1/10 of drama of this magnitude. 1/100th of drama of this magnitude. So I want to give the perspective as, like, when you're in the middle of a shitstorm, it is very easy to just, like, be scared and not know how to react in the moment. So all my interactions with Timmy is he's been a good and a kind guy, and I just assume I'm gonna give him yeah, just wait and see what Timmy says and what Blaze says too.
All in a day's work.
And oh, that sucks. Weird.
Noxious.
How is this possible?
I shall dethrone you, Sakama, and leave you to the sands.
This is the wrong build to be autopilot talking about drama, by the way. I'm not really paying attention to my life at all. Mana Stacking Thorns goes hard. Oh, heavy stun myself. Yeah, Jamin Ra. Yeah.
I tried to seek peace, and the Sakamas disgraced me.
What a crazy drama! Wow, yeah, like it just got great. Like to me, it was a nothing burger, but now it just became something a little bit weirder. So we'll see what happens.
We shall finish this, but not today.
Make haste. We must not
Blaze might just choose to stop. I'm not sure. We'll have to, I don't want to speculate.
quickly. He conjures the very sands against us. We must battle sorcery with sorcery. Let us return to the caravan and retreat.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. Yeah, it's weird to process live on stream, that's for sure.
Your head will explode.
Damn. Alright. So, I decided to go Gemling because Gemling, I don't know if this is a good idea, but Gemling, I'm not going the alt quality stuff. Gemling has something that's like 20% less attributes, but double the value from the stat. So I'm thinking of going int stacking to get a bunch of mana on a Gemling. I didn't actually POB anything to see if like Shaman or Gemling would be better, but I've already played so many Shaman Thorns that I was like,
The horn.
why not try that attribute thing? especially if I'm playing damage from taking from mana before life, getting as much mana as possible would be really nice. So we're going Gemling. Yeah, not sure if that's the best idea. This was my first playthrough of Mana Stack. I played like Mana Stacking Thorns forever ago to like maybe Act 4, and I didn't like it, so I stopped playing it. This was so don't really have much experience with this setup. Yeah, and every time I play Shaman, like I know the 120 free spirit for like in softcore I like Shaman because I don't care about playing with charms. You know, if you die every once in a while because you don't have a charm or two, whatever. But in hardcore, the idea of playing Shaman and having 0 charms scares me. So I don't even know if I would even use the I wouldn't even use that charm node. Hardcore with charms is so ass, I imagine, because yeah, charms are so good. Especially like freeze and ignite are just so deadly right now. I don't know if I'll be eventually pathing around the tree to get crystallized immunities. I might though. I abandoned my shaman getting frozen by white mobs. Yeah, that was exactly why I decided for Gemling instead of shamans, because shaman felt it's really good in soft core. You can get some crazy scaling, but oh shit. I forgot this is Thorn Sanctum. I do want decent relics. It's whatever. I'll be fine. Might need to get some of my honor res relics from my other character. I do have to take damage with this build. I could try doing it with active block, but I should get some honor res relics. I don't know which character has my relics. I think I moved them to my Witch Hunter. I'm not sure. Yeah, my auto bomber's juicy right now. I got 18k ES right now. Skin of the Loyal is so insane. Got 700 cold res right now. It's really fun. Okay, so I did move them. Alright, let's get these relics. Since I have to take damage to deal damage, I do want some honor resistance. I played a Mana Stacking Thorns last year thanks to Silly Lily. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, Silly Lily is the other like admin in the one of the other admins in the Thorns Discord. She makes awesome Thorns content, but Silly Lily likes to do Caltrops builds, which I don't like, and Mana Stacking Thorns builds, which I don't like. So it ends up being nice because we both make Thorns content, but we never like really pursue the same builds very often. But yes, Silly Lily's got I know she's played Mana Stacking Thorns a few times now. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Actually, accidentally double-clicked there. Oh, the guy that got banned from Blaze is in my chat. I'm gonna ban him before I read his message. He posted a message. Just so you know, dude, I didn't read a single word you just posted. You're a clown and you should feel bad. Don't come into my chat again, please. Jesus, I got distracted. I'm gonna turn off global chat for now. I don't want to get tilted, and I'm already getting tilted. Alright, let's cancel this. And then get the relics out. Yo, yo, it's been a long time. How are you? Hey, Vayella, how you been? I'm doing good. I've been playing in the Timmy Hardcore Private League the last few weeks. And I've been having an absolute blast with it. It is... I honestly think the last few weeks, and I'm not just saying this, the last few weeks have been the most fun I've had on Path of Exile 2. And I weirdly, like, I weirdly think that playing hardcore has, like... I've learned so much from it, and I feel like I've improved as a build maker to the point, like... I'm never going to be able to play a glass cannon build again. I'm always going to have, like, this mentality of, like, I need this base effective hit max hits, like... I don't know, it really... I don't think I could ever play a glass cannon build, even in soft core again, because of my experience here, just because of how much more enjoyable the game is when you're not playing that way. I don't think I'm, like, fully off of the soft core train. I still enjoy soft core for experimentation, but... I'm just having so much fun playing hardcore. I've never... It's gonna sound weird to say this. I've never really enjoyed playing Path of Exile. I've always enjoyed making builds in Path of Exile. I know that's gonna sound unhinged to say, but, like, the act of playing the game, it wasn't like I didn't like it, but I didn't play the game because of, like, the grinding for 100 hours. What I grinded for was to make new builds, because I just enjoyed that experimentation aspect of it. But hardcore has made me enjoy playing the game alongside making a build around the challenging content, if that makes sense. Like, I know that might sound crazy to some of you, especially who play hardcore and solo self-found, but the old enjoyment I got out of the game was purely just taking a concept out of nothing, and when that concept was finished, I would move on to the next build. I would just be like, hey, I'm done, we're gonna go play the next build, or I'm bored, like, or I just take a break. But playing hardcore, like, I'm finishing builds and still playing them for days. And that's new to me. And like, I'm enjoying just grinding in hardcore and being like, it's not like the build is finished because it can kill all the bosses a few times. The build is finished when it's farming the bosses on 200%. Like, there's new goals, I guess, for my builds, and that's made me enjoy playing the game more. As goofy as that might sound to some of y'all. Because I've always loved this fucking game, but now, like... yeah. It's weird. It's very weird. I'm just glad about people who try trying hardcore, yeah. And I'm not gonna go around saying hardcore and solo stuff I'm gonna be for everybody, but, you know, I'm gonna be using, like, these private leagues and hardcore to, like, try and encourage more people to give it a chance, because it's definitely really fun. Especially when you got a community behind you and, like, the global chat being really nice and stuff. I forgot about these guys in Sanctum. They're gonna be annoying to deal with thorns. I forgot I always have to... I usually use barbs or bursts for these guys. Do I have barbs on punch? I do. Okay, I can at least punch my way through here. We're having to use basic attack. We can't do pure reflect thorns to clear this. Glad I had that barbs on me. That would have taken forever without it. I've been playing the campaign over and over. When I don't die, it's just a whole new feel, and I love it. Exactly. Exactly. I should try hardcore as well. Have you been able to kill Arbiter or anything? Oh yeah, on my auto, like I killed all the campaign bosses on a shield charge Chronomancer, and since that character died, I have two, like, I don't want to necessarily call them good hardcore builds because they are very trade dependent, but they are effectively like they're not gonna die. I wouldn't say they're immortal. I would have to be intentionally trying to like be doing, you know, juice content at this point to die. On both of those builds, they can handle 200% delirium. But the auto bomber I'm doing is fucking crazy. Like, it can handle all content. It instantly freezes Arbiter and kills him. But that's a lazy Exile build for you. Lazy Exile makes the craziest build, and that drill net snapshot. Once I learned how to min-max it properly, like the drill net snapshot is getting me so much damage on those like auto bombing frost bombs that everything just dies. What will the mana stacking portion be doing to the thorns? This body armor right here. Gain cold damage equal to 18% of your maximum mana. So we are going to be mana stacking. It's going to be our defensive layer. We're going to be doing damage taken from mana before life. So it is a pseudo defensive layer, but also, because of how this body armor works, scaling our mana scales our thorns damage. It is very likely that this build dies during the campaign. That is my expectation. We'll see though. Whenever I have an Astromentis. I have an Astromentis that's decent. So the problem is, I do not have full of damage taken from mana before life anytime soon. I've got a few jewels that give me like 6%, but to really get damage taken from mana before life and to be tanky with this build, I'm going to at least need Mind Over Matter until I'm in late game, and I can jewel hunt with passive hunting to get damage taken from mana before life at close to 100% without Mind Over Matter. Because you ultimately don't want Mind Over Matter, but I think if I'm going to survive the campaign to early maps, if I'm playing with the Mana Thorns gear, I have to get Mind Over Matter or I will die. So my concern is I will die before I get to the mana damage taken from mana before life set up online. But we'll see. Give me a second, real quick. Sorry. Well, we are bringing back the hot take segment on the podcast today, and we're going to be talking about the debate of, like, I think Rabbit quoted Blaze as saying, if everyone gave hardcore or hardcore solo stuff on a chance, they would love it. And we're going to be debating that. I don't agree with that. I don't think hardcore is for everybody, especially those on extreme time constraints. But if you are an enthusiast of this game, a degenerate in any way, I think you should give Hardcore at least another chance with a community playing with you, and you might end up, you know, falling in love with it like me and Rabbit and so many others have. Which sense you going, Gemling? I am going Gemling. Not for the reason everyone's probably thinking. I don't think I'm taking any of the quality stuff. Or Virtuous Barrier. I don't think I'm gonna be taking that moat shit either. So for what? There's a node on it that says you get, like, I think it says 20% less attributes, but you get double the value, or 50% increased value or something from the effects. It's, yeah, ever seen. I'm typing to Dead Rabbit about it right now. It went from a weird little silly thing to a shit show, suddenly. And it's a lot to process. Your migrated all good? Yeah, I could see that being what the, yeah. I don't... I turned off the global chat. I'm gonna wait and see what people say later on, but like if it is what it appears to be, you know, that is a very unfortunate end to what was an amazing league. I just went off on somebody. I saw the start of the conversation and I left global. Because I didn't want to get baited into it. I picked the worst time to go live. right when everything started happening, I went live. Alright, boss time. I'm gonna try and beat him with only Reflect. We won't use Punch. Proc Thorns? Oh, they do? Oh, I didn't realize his little Magma Balls proc Thorns. Good to know. Whenever I do this place normally of Thorns, I do it with, like, Rapid Assault, so you can, like, one-shot all the bosses. So I've never tested that. Good to know. Cold Thorns as a choice? Yep. It's a challenge run. I think I put in the stream channel title, Mana Stacking Thorns Hardcore Challenge. Cold Thorns is a choice? Yes. Cold Thorns is a choice for GGG, yes. Well, okay, so I'm thinking... The reason why I stopped playing Thorns is just the itemization of it doesn't make any sense. If you look at all of the Thorns items, they're just all so weird and different. You have Dreadfist, which is a pure armor item. You have... which works with Impale weirdly. No one plays this style at all. They just use it briefly or for the martial artist build. You have an armor ES helmet, an armor ES body armor, and an EV boots. These are like the core items for Thorns. None of them have the same base. And they all are so fucking weird. Like, one of them's Cold Thorns, and you don't want to freeze stuff when you're playing Thorns. So, like, the itemization and the decision-making around a lot of the Thorns items just has never made sense. And it's a large reason why I've never played Mana Stacking Thorns, is because Cold Thorns is fucking stupid. But then when you look at the items around it, it's a playstyle where you have to take damage to deal damage, right? So you, like, if you have to take damage to deal damage, you need to be tanky. But all of the bases, you have an EV base boots, armor ES helmet, and then armor gloves. It's just like, even with rune forging, it's not like you're scaling all three of those. Not like you're scaling all three of those. There's this ring, yeah, oh yeah, that ring, yes. There's also the ring. There's also the ring. So this is why I thought going Gemling. I didn't want to go Shaman for Bonded Runes because there's just a lot about Shaman that I played too much and I didn't think it'd be good in hardcore because of the charm shit. This is why I went Gemling for Mana Stacking Thorns. Inherent bonuses gained from attributes are doubled. So I figured, I've never played with this before. I figured, why not try it with Mana Stacking Thorns? I have no idea how much mana this would even lead to me getting. It would also make itemizing a little bit easier for the jewels, and then with my last 2 points, I'm gonna do Gem Studded for crit immunity, and then I'm gonna do Thaumaturgic for extra resistances, so I'm tankier versus elemental. Hey, what's up, Young? Wait, what was going on in global chat? There's drama with Blazeworks TV and the THC League as a whole. TLDR is Blazeworks kicked somebody from the league yesterday that was being toxic in his chat. And I haven't heard what Timmy has said yet, but Timmy apparently kicked Blaze from the league because I'm guessing the reason would be admin abuse. I am not sure. But what was a nothing drama has erupted into a very confusing moment. And yeah. Pod today? Yes, the pod is today with Mr. Blazeworks TV. I have no idea if... I assume we're not going to talk about it, but if Blaze wants to talk about it, we can. I don't think I would want to, but if Blaze brought it up, I wouldn't. I would let him say his piece, but hopefully he's just... I don't know what Blaze's headspace is at right now. When I talked to Blaze this morning, I don't think he knew he had been kicked from the league. At least I didn't. And Blaze seemed fine this morning. When Blaze pinged the Discord this morning, had he been kicked at that point? He was in fucking... Yeah, I talked to Blaze this morning. Like, because we have the podcast... We have me, Miso, with Alcohol, and Blaze as guest on the podcast today. And I woke up to Rabbit linking me the LSF thread, and I posted in our podcast group chat, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, I just said something nice to Blaze. Like, I was like, don't let this get in your head. This is the most nothing drama I've ever seen. And he responded with, "Oh, dude, like this is nothing. Like I'm not like this is you know." He seemed completely fine to me. Me, Alcohol, and Miso were joking about it this morning, and then Blaze pinged the entire Discord, and it didn't make it seem like in that ping he had been kicked. So when he pinged the Discord, yeah, I don't know. So I'm guessing he just logged in this morning and was like suddenly his characters weren't in the league and he was confused. I don't know. Definitely don't talk about it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Agreed. Are there admin rules? I mean, I'm not an admin in it. you know, I'm just the player. I have no idea if they had discussed anything. You know, I could maybe see Timmy being like, hey man, next time before you kick someone out of the league, maybe we should discuss it. But if Timmy was just like, you know, Blaze is on a power trip, get rid of him, never again, that's very odd. I have to see what Timmy says though, and that's not me quoting Timmy. I do not know what has happened yet. So, but it doesn't sound very fun. But yes, the pod is today. We got Alcohol and Blazeworks on. We're gonna be doing Gamescom predictions and just talking about fun stuff. Alcohol's been doing challenge runs. He's what's inspired me to do this Mana Stacking Thorns challenge run. Though the Alcohol challenge runs are way more fun. He's been doing like fun like one-shot boss challenges and stuff. Shout out to Alcohol. He's been doing really cool content lately. Why am I looking at the... I am so... I'm not good at streaming when there's drama going on. Cause I was like literally thinking here, okay, let's go do a map. I'm fucking in the campaign on this character. I just ascended. Okay, so yeah, but this is the reason why I went Gemling. It's just so I could get a lot of int, and I should probably take Virtuous Barrier for now, just so I have some tankiness while I'm leveling, and then whenever we get our second ascendancy, I'll go Enhance Effectiveness. Fun times, fun times. At least it wasn't me this time, you guys, right? I've been a good boy. As much as I can be.
What have you
Can't always get it right.
What's funny is though, if I happen to have been, if I was in Blaze's position, if that guy showed up in my chat, I probably would have banned him and kicked him too. So, like, just so it's clear how I would have reacted in that moment, I would not have been a good boy. I would have banned and kicked that idiot too. And then maybe I would have been banned from the Timmy League as well, but, you know, I would have... You handle it well, and it was so much worse? Thanks. Well, yeah, it was tough, but... It was a weird moment. I got hate I deserved, so... I was a bit silly at the time, so... What did he even do? He just kicked somebody out of the private league that was shit-talking him in his chat. That's what he did.
picking up a signature?
It's funny how many people tell me that for a long time it didn't feel like a good thing, but at this point, you know, a lot of people are like, you left your mark on the community. I would rather not have done it that way, but, you know, we live and learn. We live and learn. That's what it means to be human. And hopefully, this situation here can be resolved in a, you know, reasonable way. I mean, to me, it's funny that it's even on LSF at all. That's what's the craziest thing to me is it's on LSF. Why? Well, I'm really tanky, it's just my damage is going to be super slow for a while. Yeah, that's what blows my mind. It's like none of those people in that thread are playing in the private league. So why would any of their opinions matter in this situation?
Disgusting creatures.
part of me wanted the Jewel Hunt so I can get some damage taken from mana before life. I need to remove that point. I think I'm going to get these Thorns crit nodes here, and then I'm pathing towards either Mom or Mental Perseverance. As long as I just use active block on the scary attacks, I shouldn't get one shot before Act 4. Outside of maybe the ultimatum bosses. Viper might be scary too, but it depends on Viper's attack patterns, because she has a few really good attacks for Thorns, where she does like the little, like the fast-throwing darts. That you'll like obliterate her, so I'm not really worried about her. It'd just be the ultimatum bosses, because they're, depending on which one you get, their attack patterns are annoying for Thorns. Mainly the Eagle. He doesn't have really anything that can even one-shot himself with, but the other two you can... The Vulture is not scary, and then the Chimera you can one-shot.
I hope this place doesn't bloody cave in.
What's funny is I'm trying to get, I'm going to be using a Shrine Scepter, so I won't be using a Spear. This will be pure Reflect Thorns. We won't be doing any attacks with it. I'm trying to get the Arbiter Scepter. I killed Arbiter 7 times yesterday, and I know the Scepter is probably one of the rarer drops. Might even be the rarest drop, but I'm sad I still don't have it. I thought about doing more Arbiter kills on stream today, but I kind of wanted to level the character today, or at least start leveling them. But the Arbiter Scepter would be really nice for this build because A, it gets you more spirit. I'll be able to add a lot of spirit gems because of it over the weapon. It gives you a lot of damage as well. But because I'm doing pure elemental thorns, I think it's got like enemies in your presence have resistance equal to their lowest resistance, which is cool. Cow playing mana. Hey, what's up, Lily? We were talking about you earlier. Not only am I playing Mana Stacking Thorns, but I am playing it in hardcore, in a hardcore private league that doesn't have the best trade economy. So I'm doing a weird budget variation. It's not going to be good. Hopefully I make it out of the campaign. If I make it to maps with this build, I will be very happy. I'm not ever going to try and like die on purpose with it. I'm going to push as far as I can, but the goal is definitely clearing the campaign here. Yep. It's definitely going to be very tough. It's definitely going to be very tough. I assume I'm dying. But it's a challenge run. You know, I'm stalling for 0.55. You get Midnight Braid?
Look at all this.
You mean that Midnight Braid?
Didn't help 'em.
I have crafted on many of those. I've got like 50 of them in my tab. The fun thing about Ritual when you're fishing for Mage Blood is you see a lot of Midnight Braid. You see a lot of Midnight Braid when you're fishing for Mage Blood. So, what ascendancy? Gemling. I didn't want to play Shaman in hardcore, and I've already just played too much Shaman. I wanted to do Gemling for enhanced effectiveness just to see. I've never played with it before, and I figured, why not in a Mana Stacking Thorns build? So, plus there's other things about Gemling that make itemizing in hardcore, especially like a pseudo solo self-bound editing, easier, like with the gem requirement stuff and the immunity to crit. So it ended up looking very good. Not very good, but you know, I just didn't want to play Shaman again. I also I only have 2 runes of tithing. They're like impossible to get in this private league. So like Shaman, even if I did go Shaman, like I didn't want to play with 0 charms, and I didn't know if I would even get runes of tithing to begin with. I've got 2. And these are the only 2 I have. These are the only 2 I'll ever have. So I'm not even planning on using runes of tithing in endgame. I'm probably gonna be using like mana runes and int runes. So it's gonna be very jank. And I'm not playing Barb's Burst. I'm also playing pure Reflect Thorns. We are playing only Reflect, so we're probably dying. But yeah, I'm doing goofy stuff. I'm doing Alchem Era. I'm gonna do a Rune Forge version of it. I'm gonna do Midnight Braid. I've got Ice Tomb. I've got Dream Fragments in my stash. I've got this good Grip of Kolomech with increased mana, increased int, 11% of damage taken from mana before life, cold damage. So it just depends on like how we can itemize, but yeah. Are you doing Crackling on Resonating? Yeah, I'm doing Crackling on everything. I've got it in Raise Shield, Shield Charge, and Resonating Shield. I put money on you dying an Acme and a River Hag with this setup. I won't die to a River Hag. No way. You know what? Maybe Diablo 4 is better than this game. Ah, shit. What's up, Deshore? What's up, Cypher? Sorry, guys. I have a podcast with Blaze today, so anytime you see me talking, if I'm typing, it's because of all you guys understand. It's very awkward being live right now. It's very awkward being live right now. But I just want to play the game, so I'm trying to. It's extra awkward because I have a podcast with Blaze in 3 hours. That's why it's extra awkward. And I have no, like, not because Blaze is on the podcast. I'm glad Blaze is on the podcast, and I stand with Blaze, so it's just, you guys understand why. Yeah, you guys understand.
Then why my king nears?
Come on, Ugo. Let's take out these Reddit mods. This is what a live stream fails moderator looks like. Do the roll. Do the roll. There we go. Cold Thorns is so stupid, GGG. Why couldn't it have been fire or lightning thorns? Why did this body armor have to be cold thorns? I don't want to be slowing and freezing things when I'm playing Thorns, you know? Why did it have to be cold? It could have been literally any other flavor. Chaos, physical, fire, lightning. It had to be cold, though. I want to be freezing enemies that I need hitting me. That's right. What's funny is, there's a dude. What's the name of the buckler, Silly Lily? What's the name of the Thorns buckler? This is the most absurd item in the game. If you guys want to know, like, look at this item. Who the fuck is going to use a Thorns buckler with cold damage? It has 25 to 35 Thorns damage on it. Like, the Thorns devs like to troll us. The Thorns devs like to troll us.
I'll bring you fire.
Now, I think what someone told me is that this is how this item exists in PoE 1, so it's just like a flavor thing or something. So it just like copy-paste it over. I don't know if that was true, though. Maybe Rune Master is better? Well, let's just say that the stats on the Rune Master version were better. Parry Buckler Thorns is not a thing. There's like no... There's no... To get stun threshold when using a buckler, you have to stack evasion. And I'm not saying you couldn't do an EV Thorns build where you're like raising the buckler, but that's not a playstyle anybody wants enabled. The main benefit for a buckler is it makes the enemy take more attack damage when you parry them, and Thorns is not attack damage. So it even being on a buckler at all, like parry doesn't do anything for Thorns versus block. It's just a big old L. Is that 1-to-1 with PoE 1, but it's very close? Gotcha. I don't understand parry damage in this game. I've used parry a few times. But it's always like, only time I use parry is for the debuff. It makes the enemy take more attack damage, which is multiplicative. So with like low damage scaling attack builds, you can use, DM do a screenshot. Oh yeah, it is a pseudo Thorns buckler in PoE 1. It reflects 25 to 50 cold damage to melee attackers, so that's exactly why it has Thorns damage on it then. It is like a flavor thing. New build? Yeah, I'm just doing a hardcore Thorns challenge, just mana stacking Thorns right now. Hey, what's up, Phantom? How you doing, man? Oh, I don't know why there's so much on the tree for it. Yeah, there's a lot of parry support on the tree that not many people use. I mean, obviously, I think the whole parry stuff is just peak Jonathan Vision, right? You know, he wants that meaningful combat type stuff, so he's trying to enable it. I always have to tell myself that we are missing swords, axes, daggers, and daggers and swords are pseudo in the buckler section of the tree. So the one thing I always have to try to tell myself is we do not know what future skills or items GG has planned that will enable the parry playstyle. Now, when all the weapons are in the game, if parry is still like a meme, then you know, okay, GGG, do something about it. But swords and daggers and claws could all come with like pseudo parry stuff. I would not be surprised if Duelist specifically came with some parry stuff. I don't know if Shadow would, but you never know. But I could see Duelist enabling parry more. PH2 implementation is so bad. I honestly, like, I've done one parry build that was really fun. It was a concoction build where I was using parry to make concoctions not dog shit DPS. And I honestly didn't hate it in that version. The problem with parry is it is so ridiculously inconsistent and buggy that most people, when they use it, they don't realize how inconsistent and buggy it is, so they just think parry sucks or parry's bad. There are like attacks that you should not be able to parry that you can parry. And there are attacks that you should be able to parry that you can't. And it's like more than just a few. It's like every boss is broken with parry. So you almost have to like learn how to play parry like a brand new game. It's like, it's way more inconsistent than block is. Block is like very consistent and easy to scale and stuff and understand which attacks you can and can't block. But for parry, it's just like you'll be able to parry shit that doesn't make sense and fully immune their damage. Like red slams and stuff. But then there's some like attacks that you should be able to parry that just go through parry too, so. But they reworked Prize Pain so I can't get baited into that again. Yeah. I don't know why. It sucks too because I think Malthal thinks I shit-talked his build once because he did a Dreadfist Thorns build. And there's a quote going around of me like saying that Malthal's Thorns build isn't a real Thorns build, but I never even referenced Malthal's build. The start of the league, I said Dreadfist and Prize Pain builds aren't real Thorns. It was before anyone had even played with it. And what I meant by that was when someone says Thorns, 90% of people think reflect, take damage to deal damage. So when, like, I don't want to play a normal Prize Pain Dreadfist build because to me that's just playing an attack build. That's not like, if I'm playing Thorns, I want to play something stupid. So when I said that, I wasn't talking about anyone's build in particular, but now there's a quote going around where it's like, Cal says Dreadfist builds aren't real Thorns builds. He's shit-talking your build, Malthal. It's like, no! I never said that. Malthal's like, probably my favorite creator in terms of build maker. Like, he makes the builds that I like the type of play. He just does whatever the fuck he wants. He doesn't care. Like, I was never talking about Malthal's build. I was just saying I don't think a non-reflect playstyle is Thorns. And that's why I never had interest in playing Prize Pain or Dreadfist. And somehow that's been twisted into me shit-talking anybody that plays Prize Pain or Dreadfist builds. I just don't want to, like, that's just an attack build to me, you know? You're not playing, there's no reflecting at all in Prize Pain. Well, in Prize Pain builds, some people reflect, but in Dreadfist specifically, you don't reflect anymore. Like, they don't wear Crown of the Pale King, it's just purely an attack build. So that's what I meant, but it had nothing to do with anyone's specific build.
All in a day's work.
Well, that's how it always goes, Lily, is, you know. The more eyes, the more eyes.
I walked in
this one.
Did I get the fragments? I did. Okay. This fight's gonna suck for Thorns. Hold on, I gotta lock in. I'm not getting one shot by that ever again. I don't know if that glitch one shot can happen in the campaign that happened to my one character, but I'm not ever letting that guy charge me again. Do the infinite trample again. You didn't see Miso, did I? Did saw it. Miso died. He died right as I woke up this morning. I didn't get to watch it happen live. Kill the steed! Kill the steed! Kill the steed before I die! The Cold Thorns prevails.
Make time to take this trophy and run.
Electrocuted by Scorpion? Yeah, let me find the clip. I'll show it on stream for those who haven't seen Miso's death. He finally died on his Chronomancer. He said he's going again, though. He's not. He's going to keep playing hardcore until 055, so that's cool. Let me find Miso's death. Where did I post it? Oh, sure, at the local hall this morning. Here it is. Let me get Miso's death on stream. Rest in peace to the Chronomancer. He got electrocuted, so... He would have logged out if he realized he was electrocuted, but he was trying to rewind time. Yeah, I'm gonna turn on my webcam. Let me pause my music.
Oh boy. Othrun with a mana siphoner.
He already knows he's
once
dead.
again,
He already knows he's dead.
please.
Bro, why are you
Don't
so
do
low
this to me,
already?
game. Oh, actually, he went down pretty quickly, luckily.
Why are you?
No! No! Oh, no!
That was a greedy
I got
boy. That was a greedy boy.
Oh boy.
The fact that he's not letting his
Othrun
energy shield regenerate right now when you're doing Expedition, like he's already being greedy.
with a mana
But then he goes
siphoner.
into the middle
once
though.
again,
This is a greedy boy.
please.
This is a greedy boy.
Don't do this to me, game. Oh, actually, he went down pretty quickly, luckily.
Oh, I see what happened. So he went. Okay, yeah.
That
sucked. That's
no!
bad time. Yeah.
No!
He was-
Oh no! I got freaking electrocuted! Oh my
Yeah,
god,
that wave spawning
dude!
around him and just instantly pop at his ass. Went in for the Giga Flame Bass. That's a greedy boy. Oh, man.
And please.
Expedition, though. It's scary.
Oh boy.
He wanted that
Othrun
juicy
with a
flame
mana
blast.
siphoner.
Look at he does this too. He dodge rolls in to get this flame blast. Like this is as greedy as a play.
Once again, please.
That dodge roll for this.
Don't do this.
So he thought he was going to be safer because he did the time stop here. I'm just guessing based off how I would have been playing through it. He time stops here, and he's thinking that's going to give him some window of opportunity to move. But the moment he time stopped, everything died, and then he got surrounded on him. And
Oh
then,
boy.
yeah.
Othrun
This is a fun
with a
one.
mana siphoner. Once again, please.
Yeah, there's a time
Don't
freeze,
do
and then
this to me,
everything
game.
died
Oh,
the
actually, he
moment
went
he
down
time
pretty quickly,
freeze.
luckily.
And then
No! No! Oh no!
oh, that was funny. That's a rough expedition death. We go again, bros. We go again. Rest in peace, Miso.
Can't do that here.
That was a rough electrocute. I don't think I've had an electrocute death in hardcore yet. I've had freeze deaths. I don't think I've ever died to electrocute, though. how you get so tanky with armor and life. I'm doing Blood Mage with armor. I have 2,900 life, but she's not tanky like your armor characters. Is there some tech to be tanky with armor? I mean, you need a fuckload of it, and then you need a fuckload of armor applies to LE, and armor applies to Chaos. The thing about armor is, like, it's not like ES, where there is more nuance to ES. I'm not saying there's not, but ES is just kind of like make the number big, and then you can get by with just convalescence. Versus armor, it's like you need armor on every source. You sometimes need evasion, and you're converting that to armor via iron reflexes. You also double dip with leather-bound gauntlets, and then you need a fuckload of armor applies to elemental, and then you need it on your gear and your like shield and shit as well. You need armor applies to chaos. For an energy shield build, you usually get by with like just taking patient barrier, enhanced barrier, then some people will take insightfulness or melding. But like there's no like elemental damage applies to ES or anything like that, and then to solve chaos res, a lot of people just get a high ES and do chaos inoculation, which has its own problems to solve. But for armor, you need a lot of it, but you also need the secondary armor applies to as well. And then even then, a lot of armor builds like to run block too. But it is, most people play from what I'm seeing in from the private league, a lot of people will play armor during the campaign because it scales very well early on. And then a lot of people will transition to ES or ES-EV, sometimes in interludes.
Looks like any other valley to me.
And I understand why they do that, because to have armor feel good in mats, you really need a lot of like hand-holding for the armor to be good. So especially if you're not playing a shield. You're not playing a shield build as well. Shields add so much defenses. Where you get armor to apply to chaos? I think it's on a helmet. Maybe shield too. Pretty sure it's helmet. And then there's a body armor rune you can get. An idol. Is it Panther? I can't remember which idol it is. But one of the idols is armor applies to chaos. Normal focus, yeah.
I wonder.
I also have very little experience with armor ES. Every time I've tried it, it hasn't felt like very good. But I don't know much about it, so I'm sure there are setups that make it very good. I just haven't played with those setups. Every time I've tried armor ES, it always feels very... like, if you're not doing armor ES on Varashta, it doesn't feel good.
These Titans must have been something, all right.
Yeah, that's exactly my impression of armor ES. Kodachi, like, I'm not saying armor ES is bad, it's just I have not played a setup where I've ever felt like armor ES was really, really good. But that doesn't mean they don't exist. I'm just, I don't have experience with this. What I fell in love with this patch specifically is evasion stacking with sorcery ward. I think evasion stacking sorcery ward has become my favorite defensive layer in the game. Outside of having to deal with dot damage, it feels so damn tanky. And very easy to scale. With lots of options too. But yeah, I became a big fan of Sork Ward EV. I've always done Sork Ward armor. I haven't done Sork Ward EV since 0.2 until this private league, and Sork Ward EV with the new deflection felt really freaking good. At one point, my Witch Hunter had almost a 200,000 effective hit pool. Which I know effective HP is like, doesn't necessarily matter in the grand scheme, but... outside of the few dots, which I had enough life underneath Sorcery Ward that no dot was going to catch me if I was paying attention. So I really like Sword Ward EV now. It might be my league starter for 055. I'm thinking of doing a Culling Strike build. I mean, it depends on what the patch notes give, obviously. It's supposed to be a bunch of balance and skill changes. But part of me wants to... GG says they're going to be using 055 to rebalance a bunch of skills. So my hope is I'm going to be doing his Violent Intrusion Culling Strike Witch Hunter for 055. And then my single target option will be some bad skill that they buff. I'm just going to play that Warping Culling Strike setup I was playing with my my Dragon Boy, and just insert any new single target that got buffed. Like Spiros or Larlis or something. Hopefully like Spiros or Larlis gets buffed. I know that's Copium asking for Spirit Solaris buffs, but... a man can dream, can't he? ESEV is really good. It feels really good to me. I think most people, for the longest time, have consistently said, though, that ESEV is one of the best, if not the best. Like, I've never heard anybody since 0.2 shit talk ESEV. I feel like that's just like a kind of always been like accepted as potentially the best, or top 3 at least.
This must be the forbidden part.
It's the best now. It seems crazy now. The deflection stuff with, even with the ES value nerfs, I'm seeing like really good numbers on PoE Ninja. And then my monk I was playing, he's level 84, but I had really bad gear and he was super juiced. ES EV passive node is dog shit. Some of them are really good. Like, you get a lot of value out of Spectral Ward, and I actually really like these nodes here. These nodes here are cool, because there's also this node that gets lit up here that gives you, it's like a reduced effect of curses on you or something. So I think, at least in hardcore, I like taking these nodes here and then this one. I think I was taking Shimmering too. But yeah, Spectral Ward's good. And yeah, I like this section here. And you get a lot of deflection on the tree. Like, there's a fuckload of deflection on the tree. Deflection here, deflection here, deflection here, deflection here. Are the drops on? Is there a drop right now to earn? I do have drops on my stream, but I didn't realize there was a drop to be earned. Oh, I mean the qualifier Twitch drops. I forgot the... dude, I completely forgot the street races were today. They should be. Well, I don't know if they're on yet. I don't know when they start. Maybe they don't start being eligible yet? I don't know. I've not been following that too heavily. We're gonna get Guy That Dies on the podcast soon after he qualified. And then we're gonna, like, we're waiting for the races to be over, and then, you know, we're gonna bring on, you know, some of the race winners to talk about it. But it feels weird to do it while the races are going on, because we don't want to, like, distract the players playing in it. But some kind of guys have qualified. We've reached out, and he'll come on the podcast soon. Talk about, you know, his win and shit. Praise that Aang wins the race. That would be very unfortunate. The man has put in a lot of work. And wasn't the second race, like, didn't he get a bug that fucked him over by a few minutes, if I remember correctly? And he would have potentially won if he didn't get that bug. I remember people saying that in the second race So, Aang forgot to turn off pausing and died. I don't, from what I understand, I mean, maybe like like you know more than I do, but what I was told was he didn't forget. It was a bug that happens to, like, it's happened to other people before in the campaign where he said it and it just, the game bugged and didn't set it. So he said it, but that's what I was told. I didn't actually see what happened, but I was told that he said it and the game bugged and it didn't save it, and that's like a bug that's happened to other people before. But I don't know if that's true. I'm just going off of Twitch chat. What class is this? I'm playing Gemling. Oh, Blaze said? Okay, I don't know. I wasn't watching the races live, so I don't know.
Oh, shy.
Yeah, that's the difference that I felt, by the way, Cypher, between armor and armor EV, or EV, is with armor, you have to, even if you're taking the passives on the node, you have to get armor applies to, you should take big damage here. He took okay damage there. With armor, you have to take armor applies to elemental, armor applies to chaos. You're required to take those things. But with EV, at one point, I felt like I could just go pure EV on. I think on my Witch Hunter, I don't have any deflection on gear anymore. Like, I completely got rid of deflection on gear. Come on, you can do it, man. Got scared there for a second. Didn't know how long I could take that. Cool.
That's rather warm.
But yeah, EV just feels really good to scale from the passive tree, where with armor, there's one armor applies the chaos node, and it's in the stupidest fucking place on the tree. Like, if you're playing pure armor, you have to, like, go through deflection nodes to get any armor applies to chaos on the tree. The positioning of this node is sabotaging armor players. Like, no pure armor player is pathing through this stuff to get this shit. And if I remember correctly, you can anoint it. Correct. Oh, you can anoint it. Never mind. You can. Can you? What are these things? Oh, wait, you can anoint it. Nope, you can't anoint it. It's telling me you require these 3 nodes to be able to get it. So you can anoint this. All right. So the only way you can get armor applies to chaos as an armor player is on your helmet, on your sockets, I think maybe shield. I can't remember if shield has the mod. And then this node right here. And then the armor applies to elemental nodes are these crap nodes here. You have tempered defenses is very good. Everyone takes tempered defenses. And then sometimes people take Prism Guard. You have to take 2 points of armor applies to a single element versus tri, which is not ideal. And then there are these armor applies to, like, lightning nodes over here. Armor applies to fire nodes over here. Armor applies to cold nodes over here. Like, you're having to invest 4 fucking points and path to these areas to defend yourself versus a single element. So there's not a, like, versus the deflection side of the tree, it's all deflection from a single node. It's not deflecting cold damage, deflecting lightning damage, deflecting fire damage, deflecting chaos damage. It's just pure deflecting hits. So the investment pound for pound on the passive tree for evasion is just so much more impactful because of how much value each of these nodes gives you for the entirety of your build. Versus armor, you have to go through dog shit nodes and you're wasting so many passive points for a fraction of the power. So you're required to put armor applies to elemental on your gear if you want to be tanky in the end game. You can't just have pure armor gear, and when you're giving up suffixes and stuff, that sucks. It doesn't make any sense to me why this is armor applies to fire and not armor applies to elemental. It doesn't make any sense to me why these nodes here aren't armor applies to elemental damage and instead of, like, the single element. And it doesn't make any sense to me why you have to go through all of this deflection shit to get armor applies to chaos. It's It's just armor tree is poorly set up. Versus the deflection side of the tree, it is very pound for pound good. Just everything over here. It scales both your evasion and then everything about it. Like, it's so good. And then it's very easy to mix CI into an EV deflection build, which completely solves a lot of the... not easily. It's not easy to do that. But, yeah, you get the points I'm making.
Quickly.
I got a different idea.
Will you try to play with Searle's grit? I don't think so. Not on this character. Maybe on a future build, but not for this guy.
Not a good idea.
Ellie is even more crap. It is. Deflection is just better. And there's always this argument with like deflection. You have like a 1% chance of getting one shot though. That has not been my experience with it this patch. That has not been my experience with it this patch. Maybe that was the case before with the old formulas, but with the current formula, I've been like face tanking shit with evasion builds, and the deflection really helps. So, I don't know. I'm new to evasion deflection builds though, so. Alright, give me a second. I need to lower my standingness. I need to sit down. Still, I love melee so much because magic is not real. I love melee more, but usually in games, I love, like, you know, the escapism aspect of it. I'm a warrior in real life already, you know? I could easily pick up one of these giant swords and like go kill all these bosses in real life. I know you all feel the same, right? I'm super powerful and strong. But I can't cast spells in real life, so...
Not a good idea.
It is time to
It would be nice if Deflection was just high evasion, just a flat stat like suppression from PoE 1.
War is nigh.
You can't, for shame. Oh my god, you guys can use magic? Damn. I knew I was behind on the IRL meta. Probably. I could land a spaceship on the moon.
Can't do that here.
Trust.
Slaves.
Trust.
These Maricatha give House Cater a run for his money.
My monk with EV, ESCI feels pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it feels really good this patch. But CI, like, comes with its own things to solve. You know, you can't just, like... A lot of people, like, I do agree CI is very strong, but a lot of people think you can just slap CI into any build, and I've seen a lot of, like, really silly people die forcing CI at, like, 3000 ES. And you're almost better off keeping your life full with, like, 30 Chaos Res at that point. I mean, I'm somebody who always says I want life on tree, but I honestly feel like life builds aren't in a bad state. They just disproportionately feel worse because of the number value difference. So, like, a lot of it's just purely psychological. I think, honestly, life builds aren't in a bad state. Especially since they nerfed ES a little bit, but... when you look at, like, how hardcore players play, none of them want to play hard life builds, like, very long into the campaign. Or into the endgame. And the ones that do always joke about how they're going to die on their life build. So there's clearly something not good enough there. If hardcore players are avoiding it like that. But I just don't think life on the tree is necessary. Like, I think the tree could use a little bit more life scaling, but, like, I do agree with the general premise that the tree does not need a billion life nodes across it everywhere. I honestly just think the armor nodes just need to be made better. Because you can easily get like 3,000 life. And if you're upset that life with no other defensive layer is bad at that point, then that's you refusing to stack armor, EV, or ES around it. I don't think you should have 10k life builds with armor behind it. Like a fuckload of armor behind it. That doesn't make sense. That would be too overpowered. But in order to play in life armor build, the amount of stats you need on all of your gear, you need strength on your gear, you need life on your gear, you need armor rolls, you need flat armor rolls, you need armor applies to LE. Like, you need all of that. Like, you can't just do armor without scaling life, you know? You have to scale both together, and scaling both together is just really hard right now. I think one of the issues is there are a lot of pressure to have perfect prefixes on gear compared to ES and EV. Yeah, exactly. It's just, the gear requirements is just so much more extreme. I used to think life felt really good pre-leech. I don't know if it felt good in hardcore, but when the pre-leech nerfs, life felt really good with overflowing life. If I could get the 4,000 life with leech, I felt really good. But leech does not feel near as good this patch, so that was definitely a big L. And it sucks too, because the leech nerfs were mainly aimed at like weird cast-off builds. But I used to play that Couture of Crimson item a lot, and I haven't played it once this patch. Life and Leech feels great on Blood Mage still? Yeah, that's Blood Mage though. I guess I'm used to feeling immortal with Life Leech. Oh, I did get the thing. I'm on such a, oh my god, I'm on such a giga autopilot. I've got a freaking Astramentus I haven't been wearing. We've just been like Yap Citying this whole time.
Never been so high. Precarious job, this one.
It says I'm not in the Timmy League anymore. Did you die? I'm still in it. What does it say? What league does it say you're in here? Does it say you're in Hardcore Runes of Aldor, or does it say you're in Runes of Aldor? Took the whole league away, says entry is closed. I'm not allowed on the character. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm kind of afraid to log out the test. Maybe you're at the character limit? No, no, Kadaji's a different person. Ardrek said he's been kicked in disc. It's possible there's a rogue admin going through right now kicking everyone. Maybe, do we know? Well, I have no clue. Arjack, isn't he one of Blaze's admins, though? Arjack says one of the admins has gone rogue. But I have no idea. Man. I'm surprised at how well this is still going. I thought I'd be dead by now. I did not think this character would have tankiness to survive without Mom, but... How many points do I need for Mom? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 2 passive points from this, and then I get 2 passive points from the monkey, so that's 7 levels. Until I'd have Mom. So, like, mid-30s. So I'll have Mind Over Matter before I do Ultimatum. So I actually think I might make it out of map. So, ooh, I forgot to put on my fucking Shrine Scepter. God, I'm a bum. I've got Fire Res now. Timmy on disc. Oh my god, you guys. Is this real? Okay, Timmy, okay, so dooming can potentially end. Timmy did not remove, Timmy just posted in the Discord, I did not remove anyone from the league. I was sleeping. Literally just opened my eyes to a fuckload more bullshit. So whoever kicked Blaze from the league, it was some rogue pussy admin. Just some douchebag, I'm guessing, that has just caused this shitstorm to be even more of a shitstorm. It was Tad? Who's Tad? What is Tad? Oh wait, Blaze was kicked also. Yes, that's why there's a lot of drama today. I have no idea. I don't want to reveal too much, but Blaze had confirmed to me that he and Timmy had talked to each other after the drama had started, and Timmy was like, I trust, like, the message to Timmy from Blaze was like, I trust your judgment and stuff. So everything has been so confusing as to why this is happening based off of everything I've seen. Even Blaze has been fucking confused by it. Because him and Timmy had talked about it. It's not like Timmy had not talked to Blaze about it at all. And then suddenly Blaze was kicked. Right now there are only 2 admins. Chimmy. I'm not gonna speculate over who did it. I don't know, but I do want to make sure that everyone here knows that if this is what's actually the case, a lot of people were spazzing over Timmy making this decision. Timmy did not make this decision. Tad said he did. Can't remember if Tad was actually an officer, unless you actually know that Tad was an officer, and that makes no sense to blame him. Tad said he did. Man, what a weird... Some of y'all are some fucking losers, y'all know? None of y'all who are watching, sorry, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all are fucking weirdos, man. Why is this even a thing? Why did, like, who artificially created this fucking bozo-ass drama? Because Blaze kicked some shithead. My god. What a day. What a day. He said during a massive drama where he kicked him because he was sick of Blaze. What a fucking pussy. Absolute fucking pussy. Did I get the lightning res here? That's crazy, you guys. Damn, all that drama. All of this drama today because, man. All because Blaze banned a trolling shithead. What the fuck, bros? The dude that got banned is the loserest loser. Like, come on, you guys. Like, never go into somebody's chat and tell them the game they're playing is bad. Like, what are you, like, you're, from there, why are we taking this guy even 1% seriously? I knew it had to be something weird. Because Blaze had sent me a screenshot of Timmy's last message to Blaze, which was basically saying, I trust your judgment. It was a nothing issue, and then suddenly Blaze wakes up and he's removed. Like, I knew it had to be something weird. Like Timmy would not, like Timmy did not seem like the person that would have made that kind of. But you never know with Timmy, like, because like he's a smaller content creator, he's never been in drama, so you never know if like he just overreacted in a moment. But based off the screenshot I saw Blaze show, Timmy was 100% cool with it, so that's why it's all been so confusing. It makes complete sense that some other bozo number 2, is the one that banned Blaze without discussing it. Because he banned Blaze without discussing it because Blaze banned somebody else. But like, what a fucking... I mean, we don't have hard confirmation, but somebody has admitted to kicking... We have hard confirmation. Tad apparently is the one that kicked Blaze. Timmy had nothing to do with it. Whoever Tad is. I don't know who Tad is. Somebody named Tad is the one that kicked Blaze because Tad was fed up with Blaze. Is what was said. I don't know who Tad is, but that is the one who, Tad is the reason I migrated. No, Everseed! The whole thing made no sense to me. That is so lame that this has all happened because of one commenter and a rogue admin. But like, we'll see, but... What a goofball situation. Yeah, exactly. What a nothing burger. Just... We really need 055 GGG, please. Please get us this patch. Save us. Save us from ourselves. Man. I really hope this is, like, confirmed. Man. Poor Timmy, dude. Imagine just, like, You're about to go to bed. You're like, oh, I'm still with this drama bullshit. I put it to rest, but Blaze, you're cool, you know. You're like, I stand with your judgment. And then you wake up to like everybody like, fuck Timmy! How dare you massacre Blaze? Oh god. Oh, poor Timmy, man. My dude's just trying to put on a fun hardcore private league and get high. and he can't. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on autopilot right now. I'm just dodge rolling around trying to find these sisters. Oh my god. That's fucking hilarious. Timmy says everyone has been re-added, but yeah. Depends on how many people migrated. Oh, poor Timmy.
You are relentless, but that makes you predictable. The time of the Faradin is
Poor Timmy, poor. I mean, what a. All from one knob. All from one knob in Twitch chat. I mean, I wonder if this, like, I wonder how that troll feels right now. He's probably like, this troll is eating good. He got everything he wanted out of those comments. He got everything he wanted out of those comments. This is the worst boss for Thorns, by the way. He has one of the worst attack patterns. Can I survive eating fire at all on this character? I'm about to get instant roasted. Ugh, I didn't want to risk it. You can tank that fire to Thorns him, but I'm kind of afraid. I got good fire res. Maybe I could have eaten it. I was too afraid to test it. Tad was apparently not an officer, so it was someone else. Interesting. Can I eat this? Hold on. I'm being too straight. I don't want to stand too deep into it to where I can't get out of it, so I'm just being a bitch. I don't want to die on this boss. We made it this far. This is an annoying boss for Thorns. Just gotta deal with him. Always foul orb this map with Jado. Uses minions to proc Thorns. See if I can eat any of it. I didn't. I was too scared to dive into it. I was trying to edge it, and I was missing it. Phrasing. Yeah, Thorns! Alright, at least we have a fun Thorns boss up ahead. The next Thorns boss is one of the funnest Thorns bosses in the game, so with my lightning res, it should be good enough.
Can't do that here.
the path to them. Quickly.
Don't think that'll go down well here.
We're not going to get a new weapon in the next mid-league patch. I can almost guarantee you that. What GGG said is the mid-league patch is going to be primarily just balance changes of existing stuff. And they said they were going to try and get an existing, or one of the existing classes missing ascendancies in. And they specifically said they were going to try to get Arcane Archer or the Last Druid ascendancy in. And since they're like iffy on whether they're going to get a single ascendancy into this patch, there's no way they're just dropping a weapon. There's no way. We should be hoping we're getting Arcane Archer or the other Druid ascendancy, and then a bunch of balance changes and some new uniques. But I do not expect... What's up, Spectre, by the way? I do not expect... Can almost use Fortify and Cry. I do not expect anything crazy with this patch. I could be wrong, though. GGG is the master of surprises. They love to just, like, release cool shit. To me, as, like, what 055 should be for is making 1.0 as good as possible. And they should be just trying to make the core game we existingly have better. That's where my head is at. Like, with 1.0 as the next patch, they're using this to make the game as good as they can for new players. So bad skills are getting buffed, friction points are being addressed, hopefully expeditions removed from the game, things like that. Armor getting nerfed? Never. Never. What a drama just from a private league? I mean, it's a drama from kicking an idiot troll out of a private league. That's what's even more crazy, like. A troll got kicked out of the private league. That's what caused all of this. His first message in Blaze's chat was D4 is harder than PoE 2. Like, all thought ends there. That was his first message. Like, from there, no one should have even, like, given a fuck about that, like, that guy. Like, he was clearly trying to instigate, and he won. That dude won, by the way. He fucking won. He got a train wreck bigger than I assume he ever could have expected. He was just trying to get Blaze tilted, and then this happens. Alright, we are almost to Mom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anyone know the best way to see alternate gem qualities? You either have to have a gemling and look at the skills in game, or look them up on PoEDB. Unfortunately, if you're not, is there by default on PoEDB? Yeah, you should see them on PoEDB. Yep, just look up the skills on the DB. I think there's a Google document out there someplace that has every one listed, but it's hard to read because it's just like a bunch of skills listed. I've heard just look at the skill on the database. Alright, Act 3 boss. Mana Thorns, boys. Act 2 boss. Jamin-Ra. He's one of the funnest Thorns bosses. If you've never played Thorns, this is one of the reasons why you play Thorns in this game, is just to cheese some bosses. I don't think Thorns could ever be my main playstyle, just because of how, like, monotonous it can be at times. And just, like, there's so much friction with it. It's a playstyle where you have to take damage to deal damage in a game that's trying to one-shot. So it just functionally, it shouldn't exist in this game. Like, it just from a design perspective, it doesn't make sense to have a playstyle like Thorns. So there's, like, a lot of friction points in the game because of it. Just enemies that don't proc Thorns ever, like Hag Witches. Hag Witches are the worst thing in the game. Versus some bosses that never proc Thorns as well. But this is one of the few bosses, not few bosses, I'd say like over half the bosses have an attack like this. It's super fun.
You'll find my king far more capable than Count Gianor. My king, take the power you were promised. Put an end to this mutiny.
Is Quinn 2.0 meant as an insult or a compliment, du jour?
The sigma of the
I don't know what you mean by that.
bow before your king.
The Americans will not bow to king. We skin them. Submit. You are finished.
Do one of the fast attack skills. There we go.
The manifest prepared.
This is why you play Thorns.
Time. End this.
So you can do silly shit like that.
What are you doing?
The beast.
It's really fun in those moments, but, you know, otherwise it can be average to bad.
I don't have time for this. Stand. Bend to my will. Impede my enemies. Taste our hate.
Well, I ate that like a fool. Gonna eat that one like a fool, too. Do that one attack. Do the one attack. Here it comes. See ya, boy. Boy, 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 boy. Why did you stab yourself, fool? So silly.
Not yet.
The Man of Thorns. It has survived Act 2. What's that? 2 hours till the podcast. Alright.
It is done, Wimbledon.
Go on then. I'd like to know who I'm working for.
You're right. I or whatever.
Sorry.
Why Gemling, by the way? I would have expected Shaman or Tactician to be more appropriate for this. I don't want to play Shaman in hardcore, and it's mana stacking Thorns, and I've never used Enhanced Effectiveness before, so I felt like Gemling could be really good for mana stacking. It makes stacking lots of different types of spirit gems very easy with adaptive capability. And then Thaumaturgical Infusion and Gem Studded are both good defensive layers. So just in terms of hardcore and mana stacking, Gemling, all 4 of these nodes are very good for the build. So I'm using this right now because any one of these individual points is nothing. But when I got my 3rd Ascendancy, I'm going to swap there. Yeah, Mana Thorns on a Gemling. We're doing Mana Stacking Thorns specifically. I have never played Mana Stacking Thorns. So we're not doing any attacking as well. It's pure Reflect Thorn. We're doing some attacking right now on like the bogus shit. But we have a punch for that, but it's mostly Reflect Thorns.
We now have
If someone can make it work at Scal, I don't think I'm making it work. Not in this hardcore private league.
Yes. Yeah. And
The beast has grown too powerful. We can no longer contain it.
If you weren't hardcore, SSF Shaman is definitely the best mana stacker. Yeah, I just don't like... For Shaman, there's multiple reasons why. One, I don't want to play. Sorry, I got distracted by a message from Blaze. I have a podcast with Blaze in a couple hours, so with Blaze, Lockhaul, and Miso Shiro. So I was reading chat and I got distracted. I'll say something about Shaman. Oh yeah, I played Shaman as Thorns a billion times. One of the best things about Shaman with Thorns is the runes of tithing. I have spent the last 3 days trying to buy these from people. I have self-farmed one and I have bought one. So just the idea of using runes of tithing with the Shaman and abusing that is very unlikely to happen while leveling, like, to any reasonable measure. So the bonded runes for the tithings aren't as important. I know bonded mana runes are good. Bonded runes are good. I've played too much Shaman though, and I don't want to play without charms. That was the big thing. One of the big reasons I like playing Shaman for Thorns is just to get extra spirit, but I'm not going to use that, so... yeah. I don't know. I'm sure in a high-budget scenario in Trade League, Shaman would be, Ooh, that was a big pop. Told you we're not going to get to the campaign. I almost died there. Those explosion pops are crazy. Luckily the leech actually helps a lot. The Thorn Leech is doing work here. We need mind over matter. If we can get Mom before we die... No, we're making it the maps. We're making it the maps. Y'all need to trust. Y'all need to trust. Thorns against Monkey seems like it'll be a good. Oh shit, I forgot about Monko. Yeah, I don't know if we can do Monko pre-Mom. Pre-Mom is tough. But Monkey gives us 2 passive points. I mean, it's a hardcore Thorns challenge. If I'm skipping Monkey, is that really a challenge? I don't think so, boys. I don't think so. Monkey's gonna die. And we ain't skipping them. You see. You'll see. You'll all see. I'm gonna have to play pretty perfectly, I assume. I'm gonna have to make sure I never get heavy stunned by him when I'm using Ray Shield. I have to be very deliberate with my Ray Shields, and I'm kind of nervous if he can, like, he might be able to, like, completely fill up my stun bar in a single swing, so that's where I die, is if I go for the, Ray Shield, and he stuns me, and I get, like, knocked to the ground, and then he slams me. And I haven't decided if I'm gonna log out on this character yet. I might, but it depends on what I'm logging out. It's like, part of me is thinking, like, would it be safer to ditch Lay Siege and force Mom right now for Munko? Part of me wants to do that. Like, I just ditch Lay Siege. If I ditch Lay Siege right now, I can get Mom. I might do that. Because that just seems like the smartest way to play this right now. But I'm not sure. Because Mom could also end up killing me because of the reduced mana recovery, so I end up going low on mana and then not able to recover and die. But if I would have died there, I probably would have died without Mom, so...
I got a different idea.
I might not even need the Thorn crit stuff right now, because what is my crit chance even with these modes? Probably not even critting that much. I'm only at a 31% crit hit chance at the moment. So without more crit stuff, those points aren't needed. Okay, maybe now we don't die versus Munko.
Take your time.
And if we still die, it wasn't meant to be. Alright, we'll stash some of this backup gear. Forgot about that level 29 ring, nice. In case I die, level 31 belts. Forgot about you. Oh, I'm almost level 31 too, so I should have Fortifying Cry and the new belt when I level up. So we'll level up before Monkey. We're like half a level. We should level up before him naturally anyway without having to force it. Especially if we do Venom Crypts first. The problem, like, the thing I wish I had more is more Spirit Gems. Let's see if I have more low-level Spirit Gems. Yeah, I don't think I would. So I have so much extra Spirit, I would love to be running just, like, 80 different Spirit Gems right now. I did forget that I can put things in the Purity of Fire. For free. By the way, I wanted to ask, where can you submit the hot takes for the podcast? Ideally in the comments of the previous episode. So, like, just, like, post on the... I read all the YouTube comments. So just, like, make your post that says hot take. It's possible that I could just make a community post every week for people to submit it, but the ideal would just be people, like, post their hot takes on the YouTube, the actual podcast comments, and then I'll pick them from there. But if you also just want to, like, leave your hot takes in chat, you know, every once in a while, I'll write them down and talk about them. We are bringing back hot takes today. I think, let me see the show notes. The hot takes today are, we're talking about what Blaze said about solo self-found hardcore being for everyone. And then the hot take number 2 is the developers should balance the game around solo self-found, not trade league. Those are the 2 hot takes we're debating today on the podcast. By the way, you guys, go read the comments on the last short Miso posted for the podcast. The streamers are ruining the game hot takes YouTube short. Go look. It has over 200 comments on it. Go read through those comments. There are some of the goofiest people, man, that just genuinely hate streamers with a passion. And the only thing that makes sense to me is just like some weird cringe jealousy. Like, these comments are so funny. The short was not edited in a way that made me look great. It is he very much captured the hottest parts of my rant, but it's just like half the comments are like, yeah, streamers are the worst. They're actual dog shit losers. It's just so funny. Like, let me find it. Miso Shiro. The hot take was... Oh, last one beat me to it. Thank you. The comments are very funny, though. It was like almost like... It's almost a conversation that's too stupid to have on the podcast. We're 4 streamers talking about whether streamers suck or not. So from the base of the conversation, it is stupid. But what's funny is, like, because of the way the short is edited, everyone just assumes we're talking about us in this conversation. On the podcast, the entire time we're referencing, like, Fub and stuff. Like, we're talking about other streamers. None of us think we're influential in that way at all. We're defending the people that get shit talked. Because the hot takes, we're pointing out, like, Fub Gun ruins the game. This person ruins the game with how they play. And we're defending that. We're defending them. And then it just turns into these streamers and their egos. Of course. They're just looking for a reason to hate streamers always. Obviously, it was like, you can't have that conversation without inviting in that level of stupidity, but it's funny nonetheless. Because Rabbit said it on the pod, it was not on the show notes originally, and I asked before the show went live if we should add it to the podcast, and they said sure, why not? Because it's almost a conversation that's too stupid to have. Like, what good can come from streamers defending streamers from about not ruining the game, you know? But it is funny how many people genuinely think their experiences is ruined by content creators. Oh, monkey time. I got lock in, boys. This is gonna be a long fight, boys. This is gonna be a long fight, boys. The chill is kind of throwing me off. I keep slowing him because I'm doing cold thorns, and I'm dodge rolling a little early. I gotta keep that in mind. I'm dodge rolling too soon. I'm asking to get slammed. The chill is throwing me off. I'm dodge rolling too soon. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. We're getting this fool. I dodge rolled. Oh, I was about to say I dodge rolled too soon, but I didn't. I dodge rolled at a good enough angle that. Well, I did dodge roll soon, but I dodged at an angle that made it not bad that it was too soon. Oh, I'm about to heavy stun myself. I got very close to heavy stunning myself there. That would have been bad. Man, this is peak gameplay, boys. This is peak gameplay. You cheering for the monkey at this point? Did I dodge? You guys remember when Alcohol died to the monkey 12 times in a row? That was crazy. That is forever. Not only is that forever my favorite clip, but the fact that he owned it and posted it. The Alcohol's just a forever badass for that. Test if you can eat a slam. No, what if I get crit? Yeah, what if it crits though? I don't want to risk the crit. Yeah, monkey! Yeah, monkey! Alright, got mom now. At some point, we don't want to play mom. We want to play, like, we're going to get mental perseverance and hopefully have enough damage taken from mana before life on jewels and gear, like dream fragments. Dream fragments can cultivate to have damage taken from mana before life, which is why I've been buying a bunch of dream fragments. And cultivating them. I wasted so many. I went through 200 divines yesterday trying to craft this build. My bad weed, my bad weed. Did I pass the Venom Crypts? I did. Alright, let's go into Venom Crypts. If I'm mom, though, I probably want the belt back on, actually. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard for me to die right now. Look how tanky I am. I'm like recouping almost all of the life. All of the mana. Like they're not even getting to my life pool really that hard. Or not getting to my life pool at all, so. We are reasonably tanky. I've seen enough. Nerf Thorns, agreed. This is too powerful. Okay. Mind over matter has made it to where I am no longer afraid of death. So I'm glad we forced it fast. Because look, I'm literally just face tanking an abyss right now. Nice. Mind over matter plus this belt. Midnight Braid. 55% of damage taken recouped as mana. Not bad. Not bad. I've got a better Thorns damage than I thought I would. We're pushing almost 2,000 Thorns currently. Top end. Does the Night Scale gloves work with Thorns crit? It should. But I think gloves are like the one piece of gear that like I have to have as a rare in this build. At some point, I'm going to be up here, and I'm going to have Eldritch Battery, and my gloves will be a high energy shield piece with triple resistance on them or something. That will be helping me round out my resistances, but also giving me more mana. So at some point, every piece that can't be a unique will need to be an energy shield piece for as much mana as possible. So my gloves are probably going to be rare gloves. Energy shield gloves specifically with int and mana on them, so I'm just getting as much mana from them as possible. Man, that makes me so happy to know that Timmy didn't do any of that. I was saying I was wanting to give him the benefit of the doubt, to maybe hope that he either panicked or something weird happened. For some reason, the idea that it was a rogue, like for some reason, I thought only admins could be to me, I didn't know anyone would be able to click Blaze out, so that didn't even like cross my mind that anybody but Timmy could have done it. I just assumed Timmy would have been the only person that had the authority to do something like that.
Swore I'd never fought there. Another beacon.
Pretty much. Well, the main way we've always played Thorns is with Thorns Leech. Vengeance does make your Thorns Leech baits off of life, unfortunately. But for the mana stacking Thorns, there's no way you can easily convert that, and they giga nerf Leech this patch, so... The Thorns Leech has always been really powerful for Overleech, but just now it's... in the poo-poo. Well, leeches. I don't know how good a normal Thorns build performs this patch. I haven't played a normal Thorns build this patch yet. Yeah, I'm glad I went Mom. Like, all of my defensive, like, worries are now gone. And that's without me, like, raising shield, you know? Yeah, even there I got heavy stunned and they didn't get through my mana. I mean, right now we're effectively at like a 9,000 or 11, almost 2,000 life pool with a ward and a shield behind it. And then at level 38, I think I can ward all of these pieces, increasing their armor, ES, and just the flat ward I get for them. So we don't actually make it the maps on this character. But that's when we get cocky and die. That is when we get cocky and die. Nice. That was a fun attack. Why isn't that a skill in the game? A little fucking chaos breath. Palm attack thing? That was cool. I do gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with clear though. There's no way I'm playing this character deep into endgame. Do I not have Quill Burst in? Resonating? I do. I feel like my Quill Burst should be killing more, but it's not.
All beacons making progress.
I mean, it is kind of clearing some, but it's not clearing as much as I would want. We might need to add Iron Ward. I think we'll end up adding Iron Ward. Iron Ward and Arctic Armor. I think if I do Iron Ward with Bleed and Herald of Blood. Well, I don't know if we can do Herald of Blood without a martial weapon, actually. I forget. I was actually thinking of making a build with Titan Werewolf of Thorns. Not sure if it'll work. It worked in 0.4. There were Titan Werewolf Thorns builds. It's not the most ideal way to play Thorns, but with enough currency, you can honestly make 90% of like concepts in this game work. So, and it also depends on what your ceiling for content is that you're looking to clear. If you don't care about doing like the juiciest Wisp boss with 200% deli, you know, Thorns is going to handle everything with ease, even on the weird setups. It's just what Thorn struggles at is there's just always friction mobs that just counter Thorns because they don't proc Thorns or have just really awful Thorns proc rates. And it's clear speed. Do the ice attack. Do the ice attack. Here we go. Here's the ice attack. See ya, boy. See ya, boy.
What's this?
That's where it's like, that's where the fun with Thorns is like, there's this dance of learning every boss, and if they have an attack like that, that just one-shots them with Thorns. And then from there, it just becomes a dance of baiting out those attacks, and then one-shotting them with it. The problem is there are plenty of bosses that don't have mechanics like that. Not plenty, but there are a handful of bosses that don't have mechanics like that.
That's gonna come alive, innit? I just know it.
I mean, yeah, Passion. That's really, like, I think anyone can, like... Nobody is saying that streamers don't have an impact on the game or the game's economy or the influence of it. The whole point of the conversation was, are streamers a net negative on the game? And these idiots, like, the idiots who think streamers are a net negative on the game, like, they'll be like, I don't use streamers. I use PoE Ninja that has people using things the streamers, like, popularize. Like, they have, like, weird loops they do in their head to make it sound like they have figured everything out on the game on their own, when it just isn't true. None of them do. Nobody plays the game with their blinders fucking on, and especially the people who are commenting saying they fucking hate streamers in a video shit-talking people who are shit-talking streamers. Like, these people are watching the content. So, like, we know they're not playing with their blinders on, despite them being like, I have a completely blind experience. I learned nothing from streamers ever. It's like, if you're using a certain popularized support gem combination, at some point, that was popularized by players or streamers. Like, no, streamers aren't like the goats that fucking, you know, bring all the knowledge and information into the game and shit, but like, if you're fucking commenting that streamers are ruining the game, while also saying you don't watch anything or absorb anything from streamers, that's just impossible. You're fucking a lying fool. Because if that were the case, how did you even find the video that was shit-talking, like, talking about the subject? Like, these people are idiots. They're just actually just complete idiots. And again, I'm not talking about myself. I don't think I've had any real influence towards anything. Like, the whole conversation was talking about, like, really, like, the main people that complain about it are the idiots who, like, here are the idiots who cry about it. They blame Fubgun for not being able to afford anything in the game, when in reality, they just suck dick at the game. They're just awful at the game. They don't make currency because they're bad. And they don't know, they have to blame somebody. They refuse to accept that they are just complete scrubs at the game. And so it's Fubgun's fault. It's streamers' fault that the economy is ruined and they can't afford anything. Like, that's where it really all comes down to in my head. Like, I've never seen anyone make a realistic argument about how streamers have ruined any game like this. Especially in a game where a solo self-found environment exists. Like, absolute dum-dums. Absolute dum-dums. And again, I'm not even talking about my stuff. My builds are weird builds that really only I play. You think anyone is watching this right now and going, oh yeah, dude, Mana Stacking Thorns, so cool, so good. Like, no. No one's playing that shitty shield charge Chronomancer I died on. Like, I'm not talking about me in the slightest. It's always silly. There's always silly reasons. Or they'll like, or it'll be like they have a very specific gripe with one streamer, and because of what that one streamer has done, an argument I see a lot is rip2 will message the developers on stream. That means the developers designed the game for rip2. It's like, have you ever worked at a company before, you fucking nerds? Do you not know what PR speak is? You think they fucking listen to half the DMs these streamers send them? Of course they don't. Half the time these people are DMing people like that, they're just like, yeah, that's a good idea, we'll look into it, and it never gets implemented. Like, a lot of these people genuinely think that the games are made around some of these streamers' feedback, but look how pissed off Fubgun is at 3.26. Like, why is Fub upset about the state of the patch if GGG makes the game for streamers? Like, it's the weirdest copium to deal with the fact that they just don't have the knowledge and skill to play the game well yet. That's why I think it is, personally. And if streamers didn't exist, all of these farms would still happen anyway. Like, what are we talking about? Zeph probably is looking at the stream finally. He's playing an OP build. I don't know if Zeph thinks Mana Thorns is overpowered. I don't think that's something Zeph has said yet. Oh, won't it let me put it? There we go. What a weird day. What a weird day, boys. I did confirm with Blaze. He's still good to come on the podcast. I think we're still going to be talking about, like, all our normal topics. We're just going to talk about the THC League as if the last 24 hours didn't happen. Because in reality, they didn't. Is it martial artist with the gloves? No. I will never use Dread Fists. I will never.
Getting somewhere now. Ooh, ominous. Miss Valai will know what this is about.
When we're channeling, we have 1770. Wow, we actually get a lot of Lightning Thorns damage when we're channeling. Nice.
She's awfully upbeat.
It's OP though? Nah, it's boring.
Now we just have to remove it from that giant construct.
I have no interest in playing Dreadfist. Not a playstyle I want to play. It's just an attack build, and I'm gonna play attack build. There's like why would I play Thorns to play an attack build? Like, you know, it's not a style I'm interested in. I'm well aware of Dreadfist builds existing, but you're not going to convince me that it's something I want to play, you know? It's just not the playstyle. I play Thorns to reflect damage. If I'm not playing Thorns, then I'm not going to be playing, like, you know, a Dreadfist build. I'm going to be playing other weird shit. Slowly whittling him down. This attack unfortunately doesn't proc Thorns. It's really lame. He's not doing the laser beam. This attack can proc Thorns, I think, right? No, it doesn't, man. This fool just doesn't attack proc Thorns very often. He's about to freeze himself. Well, the good news is we're tanky enough for this challenge. The bad news is we need a lot more mana. When we ascend, we'll have a lot more mana, though. Well, I'm glad we're tanky. I'm glad we're tanky. Oh, nice, Cypher. Oh, yeah. I will buy that off of you. Okay, guys. As you guys can tell, I'm a little riled up today. Obviously, with the drama and all the stuff, like, it's gotten me a little bit fired up. I want to calm myself down before the podcast. I don't want to go into that podcast riled up. I'm going to raid you guys over to Blazeworks TV. I'm going to be just stopping here for today. I just need to calm myself down before the podcast so we can have, like, you know, a non-fiery conversation about how stupid this has been. Hopefully we just avoid it altogether, but I do want to, you know, just... Obviously, I'm riled up right now, so I just need to just calm myself down a little bit before the podcast. So I'm going to send you guys over to Blazeworks TV. He's going to be on the podcast with us in an hour, and yeah, it'll be a fun talk. It's me, Lolcohol, Blazeworks TV, and Miso this week. Rabbit is on vacation, so we're having a fun double guest episode. But yeah, send you guys over to Mr. Blazeworks TV. We will be live with the podcast in, I think it's in 1 hour. 1 hour and 15 minutes, so... I might be live later tonight if I want to continue playing this. I won't play this character off stream. We're going to make sure he's always on stream. I might stream him later tonight after the pod or something, or after dinner. If not, I will be live tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow morning, and we will continue to push this character. So, thanks for hanging out, everybody, and go hang out with Mr. Blazeworks TV. And I will see you guys in 1 hour and 15 minutes. And yeah, shout out to the Chi community. You guys have been an absolute blast to hang out with.
In my